Hello and welcome to Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things. Today we are going to do a product review. Now, excuse me, this is a Nespresso machine which I purchased 2 weeks ago. Now I know it's still in the box. I wanted to do a proper unveiling, we just haven't had time to do it, so this is going to be today the proper unveiling of the Nespresso machine. Now, why Nespresso? So I am a big fan of my coffee. If you've seen our other review on the Tassimo, it's worth having a look at, just to have a look at the different types of coffee machine available. However, this Nespresso machine I want to do specifically because it was recommended by the very nice lady in the Nespresso shop as the reason why we should get it. Now, with this I purchased was the Vertuo Plus machine. Now this cost me £129. These normally retail at £199 and they are on sale at £199 at the moment. The reason why we got it for cheaper was it was on a special deal which was unfortunately to the end of May. I probably should have put the video on earlier, unfortunately we just haven't time got round to it, but we just want to talk about the actual deal. Now this deal may come back on, but with the deal, £129, you do get 100 pods with it as well. So these are the pods that they've given us here. On the other side I wanted to show you, let me just quickly unbox these, because this is one of the reasons why I purchased it. These are the pods that come with the machine here.
I think that's upside down.
Is
so,
it?
yeah.
Sorry, there we are.
That's
There
it.
we are.
Yeah.
Now you can see the box here. Now before I go on to my product review, I want to show you another machine which I'm currently using. Now this is, I didn't buy this one by the way, this was actually given to me by a friend of mine who never used their machine, so I've been using this for the past year. This machine takes the smaller pods, which are these. Now as you can see here, if I can just show you, the pod sizes are much smaller. Now when I was talking to the lady in the Nespresso shop, she was saying, when you make these coffee machines, how many do you use? Now I like quite a large cup of coffee. So these pods only will do a very small cup of coffee, an espresso size cup. And what they were saying to me as well, do you have large ones? I said, well yes, I use 3 pods to make 1 large coffee. And she said, well economically that's not really viable. What you're doing is you end up spending more with these pods. For example, these pods, so for, let's say there's probably about 6 to 8 pods in here, these will cost about anything between £3.20 and £4.90 for a pack like this. These much larger pods will be anything between £3.90 and about £6. But you'll only need 1 of these pods for a larger cup of coffee. If you do a larger cup of coffee with these pods, as you can
Take
see,
this pod out, yeah.
Yeah, this one's open. You'll probably need 3 of these capsules here to make a large cup of coffee. So that's why she was saying, suggested buy 1 of these. So because I hadn't actually purchased this, I thought I'd treat myself
Exactly.
to this machine. What we also purchased, that Kelly has here, is a milk frother. Now this one, we'll unbox these in a moment. But this one varies differently. If I just move this slowly over to here, to this one. This machine comes with its own milk frother. But the difference is with this one is you need to hand wash this one. So if you can see in here, these parts you can't dishwasher. This machine, or this frother, you could actually stick in the dishwasher. So we wanted to try these new, and this one isn't working very well, which is hence the reason why we wanted to buy another frother.
And also, if I just mention, this machine actually heats up the milk. So you can have it completely separate to the machine and it will actually heat up the milk as well. This one, the mechanism inside is actually removable. So if you were to sort of wash it and everything else, you actually have to take out the pieces and all of that. It's just very finicky. Whereas this one, you can just pop it in the dishwasher. Obviously just this part. You pop in the dishwasher, not that part, just this part. You pop it in the dishwasher and you're good to go.
Yeah, so both do actually heat up the milk, but again, depending on how much you want it to be frothed, depending on what utensil you use inside. Right, let's unbox.
Ooh.
So I've got this here. I'm not doing a product review on this machine today, but I just brought this out because I thought it'd be good to show you the difference between the smaller pod machine and the larger pod machine. So let's unbox here we are. The strap. Now, we've never done an unboxing before here.
No,
Tricks, tips and things.
We haven't.
So we just wanted to show you what's inside. So, as always you get with these machines, or these boxes, you get the massive instructions. Of course, the third section will be in English and all various different languages, which can be sold around the world. And here we go. So let me unbox. Taking apart the obligatory styrofoam. Now, I'm going to have to keep that because I'm sure that's important.
Yeah.
And there we have our machine. Now, there's two types here. You've got a flat top, and we went for the rounded top here. Just because we thought it looked slicker. Nothing more than that. There's no real big difference.
There's no different. It doesn't do anything different. It doesn't, you know, froth the coffee or do anything to the coffee any different.
Now, with both machines, the other thing I wanted to show was that we could have them anyway. You don't need to have these in the kitchen. These do not need to be attached to a plumbing or water source. You can use tap water, you can use bottled water to attach to here. You do not need to have it attached to a plumbing of some sort. So that's the water collector here. In this machine, again, it's at the back. This one's actually got water in because I've been using it. So you can actually attach it, put it together, and it will go back to the machine.
We'll do a little review on that another time, but
Here we are, and here it is.
here we go.
There we are. So that's it. So again, this will sit at the base here. So what we'll do, I just wanted to show you the unboxing because I have never done an unboxing before. So this is it. First time on Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things. We'll pause the video now. We'll get this set up so you can see it. And then we will show how it works together. Okay?
Okay. So shiny. You can see me and Mark in it.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Anyway, pausing for now.
Pausing for now.
This will be set up soon. So, I've set up the Nespresso machine. Here it is. Now, I'm not going to lie. This did take us a while to do. So maybe I wasn't following instructions properly. But I did struggle to get this to work. Now, when you start it, what they do say is, you can see here, as you remember previously, this was covered in cling film. So let me move this around just a second so you can see. So one of the features here is that where you attach the water, hold it here, let me just pull this gently. You can take this and fill this with water. Now what I wanted to demonstrate is you don't need to have this in the kitchen. You can see here we're in our living room. I've just filled this up with water. Before you fill it up, obviously you just give it a rinse out and clean. If you're using a device for eating or drinking, I always recommend that you give it a good wash through. Warm soapy water, then swirl it through. Then this little gadget here, this is where they dispense the pods. So once you've finished with your coffee, the pods will drop through here. As part of the package, they also give you recycling bags, and they also give you some pods to go with the coffee machine. So I'll just put that back in there.
And sorry if you can see my reflection in the mirror.
Okay, there we are. Now, so here, this actually moves. So if you've got limited space behind, so say you want to put this where a wall was there, you can actually move this around here and put the water filter on here. There we go. So again, it takes up less space. Or, let me remove, you can go all the way around to the other side. So whatever fits the space of storage that you have, you can move it. So for this purpose, I'll leave it for that. Now, when I turn this on, this is where we have the problem. So when I turn this on, the little ring here turned orange. Now, in the instruction manual we had, it didn't really recommend what to do. It said this should just turn green. We couldn't get it to turn green. So going online, I discovered that if you actually push this down and this together for 3 seconds, it does what they call a factory reset. And then that will allow the system then to plug through, and eventually this light will turn green. There you go. If the light isn't green, the pod lifter or the actual hood will not lift. Now I'm just going to move you over to my other machine here, and I plug this in because, again, as I said, we're not reviewing this machine, but I just wanted to show you. This is a manual lift, so when you come to fill this, you just pull, and the pod goes in here. So you don't need the electricity to power this. This one you do. As you can see here, no matter what I do, I cannot lift this I need the machine to turn on. So to turn on, press the button once, he says. And that should, have I got the electricity on? There you go, that would help.
There we go.
There you are, that would help. Right, retake that one. There we go.
There we go.
And the light's green. So once the light goes green, that means we're ready to go. It should be a single green light. The problem I had when I had it was actually an amber light, and that means that there's an issue with the machine. So as you can see now,
it's a stationary green now.
Stationary green. That means it's ready to use. So that means what's happened is when it's flashing, it means it's heating up the water. That water is heated up. Just a tip, if you buy it and you can't open the lid, what happens is you should pull this up and the lid will open. I'll do that in a second. But when we first tried to get this to work, it just wouldn't lift. So what the instructions recommended, 3 seconds, pull 3 seconds, and then that does a factory reset. You must, the other thing the instructions do say, and it is in the instructions, you must allow the system to flush through first. So all you do there is you just press that button then. I did 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you've got a cup under here because then that will flush the water through, and it takes about 5 minutes. So the water will flush through. The other thing I would say is you need to empty that mug. Don't just press it 3 times and then walk away and leave it, because then the mug, unless it's a huge litre bottle mug you've got under there. I just used this cup and put it under there, so I needed to change that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So just to warn you, make sure that you stay watching the machine whilst it flushes through.
So anyway, a couple of cups or 3 cups would be good just to have handy if you don't have a large cup. So you could have one just standing by the side, because there is breaks in the cleaning, so you could just quickly swap it out. So unless you, like Mark says, you have an extra large cup, then it's possible. But even then, you must keep an eye on it. Don't leave it at all. And I just want to check quickly. Can you just go through that thing again where you're going to reset it? So is it push down and hold that?
Well, now I think, you're testing me now. I think it was push up. It's one of the two. So you press down. I think it was push up for 3 seconds, or it could have been push down. Actually, I forget. Let me double check the instructions. Mm-hmm. But it's press. I think it was push down. So do that for 3 seconds. Then what will happen is this line will reset, and then you'll see it start to flash green.
Yeah.
But that's what I had to do. We thought there was an error with the machine, but luckily.
Yeah, with a bit of reset.
Right. Yes. So anyway, now that water's heated, we press this up.
And like so.
There we are, and that opens the pod. So totally different from our machine here. This one, as you can see, is just a manual lift. This one you automatically do. Now again, I'm not reviewing the smaller machine. I brought that in just to show the size of coffee. Okay, now then. Now with this machine comes this box. And in this box, if I open it up, you get a box full of coffee pods here, and you also get recycle bags. So you can fill your bag up, and it recommends obviously you fill the bag up to the line, to the line here, not overfill right to the top, and then you can take that for recycling.
And that comes with the machine. And when Mark did the deal, he actually got these 100 pods for free. So this came with the machine anyway, and this was the extra 100 pods. So it's quite a good deal, £129.
Yeah, it was a very good deal. And like I say, unfortunately, we haven't got that at the moment, the deal. But I would imagine that Nespresso will do it again sometime in the future. But that's the coffees you get with them. Pick your coffees, and without meaning to state the obvious, obviously, there's your little guide to how strong they are. So again, the higher the number, the stronger the coffee. So if you like your strong coffee, you want to be aiming higher. Anything for me, personally, above a 9 is a bit too strong. So I prefer to go with the low ones.
I think 9's very high.
So I love the strong coffee, but I probably wouldn't have an 11. If I had an 11, I would have it with milk, with one of the frothers. But anyway, right, let's give one of the pods a go. So I'm not going to open this yet. I am actually going to try one of these. So I'm going to grab... Ooh. Let's grab one at random, just to try. This is a 6, a nice mild one. And I want to use this because I want to show you the size of the coffee it fills. So this will do 230 millilitres of coffee. Okay? So let's open this. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. Now, you can see the size of the pod here. That's quite a decent size. If I grab...
He's going to compare it. Oh,
didn't need to spill those out. If I compare it here, you can see instantly, even though the sizes of this, or the price I should say, of this and this are quite similar, the sizes are
infinitely different.
very different. Yeah. Very, very different. So, if I can just quickly show you this. This will probably take a cup to about there, 330. This will fill that espresso mug, which I have here. So that's what I say, and this is why the very nice lady at Nespresso recommended this machine if I want large cups of coffee, purely because this machine will only do the smaller Nespresso cup. So I end up in the morning having about 2 or 3 of these, but obviously with this I could have probably 1 of these, maybe 2.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
How greedy I am going to be. So let's try that. And so we've got our pod here. We'll place it in.
Is it down or is it the other way?
Right, let's have a look. I think it's that way, look.
Yeah,
it does sit in.
And I think it's going to read the barcode if I
yes.
get that in there, sorry. So there's a little thing there, I don't know if you can see, that will actually read the barcode. But we don't know if it's up or down, so we're just about to find out.
Yeah, let's try. So I'm assuming that's up. We're going to give that because it sits nicely in the machine. Right, so push it down. And you can hear that crunch as it goes through. That's now gone. Now this reminds me very much like the Tassimo, where it reads the barcode and then has the drink through here. And obviously that's electronic. This one, machine, and I'll do this at the same time so it's simultaneously. Let's just grab one of the little pods, which I didn't mean to do all of those, but let's grab one. This one's manual. So if you wanted to have a machine with a smaller Nespresso, you just drop it into the top there once you put that in. And pour there. So obviously I'm going to drink a lot of coffee now.
Yeah.
So we've got the 2. So with this one, we're going to press the top. Make sure the... Oh, now one other feature just before I put the coffee through is the drip tray. So I've got the drip tray here. Now the good thing with the drip tray, if I carefully slide that out, there's several stanchions here where I can actually fit the drip tray. So if I've got a smaller cup, I can actually bring it higher. Do that gently up to the top. So if I had an espresso, a small espresso cup, I could bring that to the top. Or if I had a huge latte with the milk, I can take that round to the bottom.
But like earlier when we were running the machine through, it was dripping everywhere. So maybe for this one we could probably go here. Yeah.
Well, go higher there.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, that's a very good point. If we have it too low, they'll probably more likely to have more splash. So let's give it a go. Let's press this one.
Here we go.
There we are. Now you can hear that. So that's heated the water up already and it's just heating up here. I wanted to demonstrate this here because you can have this anywhere. You don't have to have it in the kitchen. We've gone to hotels where they've actually had it in your room. So you can have it upstairs in your room, you can have it in the guest room, you can have it in the dining room. There you go. So here it goes. And it's actually a very quiet machine. That smell, if you like coffee, is amazing.
Really strong smell.
That's beautiful.
I think it's quite noisy.
Well, the other one, I'll demonstrate the other one in a moment.
Yeah.
But this one is quite... So, but that does look a very smooth cup of coffee. You can actually see the froth on the top.
But you can actually see the froth coming out of the machine. As it's going, I mean, to me, that looks like milk as it's coming down into it.
Yeah, it does.
And look at that, looks amazing. I don't drink coffee, I do not like it at all, but the smell is amazing. I do like a coffee smell.
Now, this is where I always get a bit nervous, because we're getting to the top here, and it's still going. So, if it does overflow, or goes to overflow, you can just press the button, and it will stop. So don't worry about overflowing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Look at that.
Now that's a proper decent cup of coffee. And that's just going through. That smells wonderful.
Yeah.
Done. Right, now let's just show you here. So the reason why I wanted to compare was to show you, now look at the size of the coffee I've got here in my nice little Iron Maiden mug. That's a really decent sized cup of coffee.
Yeah.
What I would probably call a standard mug that you would get. So let me just try that. Oh wow.
Yeah?
That's lovely.
Really?
It's really smooth. It's almost as though it's been whisked. That's beautiful. That's really, really good. Right, now this one, we're not reviewing this one, like I said, but you've got the two functions here, smaller and larger cup. Now if I press this one, again we've got water in the back there. You've got to press it again. Now the water's now heating up from here. This one I think is probably better if you do have lattes. If you had a really strong coffee here, you can actually fill this with milk, press the button. This will then froth it and heat up as well. The drip tray, you can see this is now starting to do a few more drips at the moment. We've got the drip tray here. Always be careful with this drip tray because, again, when you take that off, that water will be hot.
Yeah, and empty it regularly.
There we go. There we are. Now watch this.
Oh, wow, that is loud.
Now, do you see how much noisier that is?
Yeah.
And how little coffee I've got from that. Now, that water is full, so I'm going to press it again.
That is loud. I don't know which is louder, to be honest, that one or that one.
Now what I find with this machine is you have to keep pressing and pressing and pressing. You can just keep your finger on it and it will just go through. So we're going to do that for now just to show you.
Well, it's almost like a little review, really.
But the reason why I wanted to do this and show you is as well, this is what the lady in the Nespresso shop was trying to tell me. She was trying to tell me that if you are going to drink larger cups like this, you're much better to get this machine rather than get this machine and drink several cups here. So there you are, that's finished. And
well, it's a cost thing as well, isn't it?
Exactly. So, like I said, it's a false economy trying to bring 3 or 4 of these. Now that little pod, which is this one, has filled this. Tastes amazing as it always does, but I've tried this before. Anything larger than a cup like this, and it will be very weak.
Yeah.
I've tried this and run it through again just to experiment, and it's very, very weak. This one is a proper full cup with the Nespresso machine.
So, I just wanted to say though, do they do the same flavours in that pod as they do in that pod?
Right, good question. So I did ask this in an espresso shop. They said in most of them, these, the smaller ones, are available here, but not all. Not all. So there's a few decaf. I like to have decaf in the evening. And there's a few decafs that are available in the smaller pods, which aren't available in the larger pods. So depending on what you like really, I would, if you like your larger cups of coffee, I would probably recommend going with this one. This one, like I say, is nice for the tinier cups. And also if you're doing a latte as well, so you heat up the milk and add that amount of coffee, probably a stronger coffee, into your milk, which will obviously then weaken as it hits the milk. So, sleek, quick, easy to use, and as you can see here, if I just remove the water tank, and then I'm going to remove that, the pod sits in there, and then we can then put it into the recycling.
And always after, and I was reading this online, always after, once you finish the coffee's gone through, never leave the pod inside the machine. That's what it says. Never ever leave the pod inside the machine. So I think you lift it up and it will get rid of the pod out the back.
Ah, and there it's gone.
There we go. It hasn't gone actually. There we go. Now it's gone.
There we go. And with this one does it automatically. So it will, if you pull up the lever, you'll hear it drop. That's dropped right through, and then that goes into the this is the drip tray. So inside you'll see, as you can see, I like my coffee, there's all my other pods, and then you just throw them away, dispose of them there. Well, there you have it. So that's my review of the new Nespresso machine. Fantastic coffee, definitely recommend that coffee, really, really good coffee. I want to say cheers and drink this off. I hope you enjoyed that. We will put in the comments below about resetting the machine, so have a read in the comment section below. We'll also put a link to an Nespresso website as well, so you can see the different flavours and coffees that they do. But I am going to enjoy my coffee now. I hope you like the review. Please subscribe to our channel for more tips, trips and things. See you and bye for now.
Bye for now.